What's up, everybody? Welcome to my MMA cheat sheet video for UFC on ESPN3 and Ngannou versus Dos Santos. Before we get started with the video, if you guys can leave a like on the video, that'd be awesome. And then if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd really appreciate that. And you can follow me on Twitter, nut_DFS, if you have any questions. And also, I do post updates on there and stuff, so you can follow me there. But let's get started with the video. Okay, so we've got a very interesting card this week. We have a bunch of big favorites. I don't remember this many favorites that are that big being on one card. It's very weird, and it's going to be kind of hard to find some value, but I tend to do very well at these cards that seem to be a little bit harder, so I'm expecting a very good week, and hopefully you guys have a good week as well. Last week went very good. My cash lineup cashed for the 5th time out of the past 6 times giving it out for 83%. If you guys do want that cash lineup, we are on Patreon. If you look to the right, it's the UFC cheat sheet package. There in that package, it's $5 per month, which is absolutely insane. You get my cheat sheet with all the stats on it and projections, my targets page, of course, my cash lineup that's cashed 83% of the time, which is absolutely insane, and then my lineup percentages so you can see who I'm high on and see who I'm using, and then my bets. This is new. I did place 3 bets and then also a free bet in there, which I'll get to later in the video. But yeah, $5 a month, you can get that back right away. Put your $5 into a double up then for the cash lineup. Very good value. You can't get that anywhere else. So, and also if you do want to support me, that'd be great as well. I do put a lot of time and effort into this. It's very time consuming, but it's all worth it in the end. But let's get started with the video. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through these fights. If you want a more in-depth breakdown, I will be posting a video on my channel, Thunder DFS. I'll be posting the link in the comments, but I'm going to quickly go through these right now. Okay, so Albini versus Green. I don't really think Green's all that good at all. I don't think Albini's good at all, but I think he's slightly better than Green. This fight is very close. It is a pick'em fight. I pick 'em odds right now, but I am picking Albini, and I'm actually betting him as my free bet this week. I just think he's better, and if he does implement that wrestling, I think he can have a huge advantage. Green is not good at wrestling at all, so I think if Albini takes him down, implements that wrestling, I think he can win a decision here. I don't think he's going to knock him out, but he possibly could. So I do like him at 8,000 here. In a card where you're going to struggle to find value, I think there's some pretty good value there at 8,000. And then Whitmire versus Rebus. A lot of question marks about Rebus. It seems like everybody's on Whitmire, and I also am. I am picking her, but it is kind of concerning because we don't know much about Rebus. It is her UFC debut. She hasn't fought in 3 years. Whitmire's going to want to keep this standing. Surprisingly, she won her last fight by submission, but she is going to want to keep this standing. I feel like Whitmire is definitely better on the feet. Whitmire can hold her own on the ground, but I don't know if she's going to want to go there. But I do like Whitmire to win. And at 8,500, I don't mind that. If it is a decision, I don't think it's going to score too well, but I think it's like a nice safe play, really. I wish it was priced a little bit lower. Next, we got Dolce versus Townsend. I actually like Dolce a lot, and so does my projection model. The inside the distance line is -150, which is the second or third best. I think it's the third best on the card. 8,700, so you're getting a lot of value there if he does get that knockout, which the inside the distance line is indicating. He can also wrestle a little bit. I think he's the bigger, stronger guy. If you guys seen a picture of this guy, he's huge. He's very strong and he's very big. So I do think he can wrestle him. I think he's better on the feet. I think he can knock him out. He does have a bunch of pace, and I do like Dolce a lot at 8,700. Next, we got Gordon versus Moret. I love Gordon here. He's my #1 play. He's 9,200. He just has a bunch of volume. He loves DraftKings scoring. He's going to score you over 100 points. It's a nice, safe cash play there. So I do like Gordon, and as for Moret, I'm going to play none of them. Anders versus Morea. You just really can't trust Anders anymore, especially at last fight. In a fight we thought he was going to win against Roundtree. Absolutely got dominated. It was very ugly, and to see he's 94 is very disgusting. But he is fighting somebody who's very bad on the feet. If this does get to the ground, Anders could be in trouble. But in my opinion, won't. So I think it's safe. I just don't think it's going to score as high as some people are expecting. He might get a knockout, but I'm not banking on it. He doesn't really go for the knockout. He has a slow pace, um, leaning more to fading this fight overall. But I might have a little bit of it, uh, but more leaning to fading it for sure. Ramos versus Newson. 9,100 for Ramos is just a little too much for me. I am picking him to win, but he just doesn't put on the pace. He averages 1.43 takedowns per fight. Um, I see him winning fairly easy. Maybe a safe cash play, but I do like the guys around him. I like Menifield better and I like Gordon better, so I'd rather get those guys. So I'm probably going to end up fading Ramos due to the fact that there's a lot more better plays around him. Next, we got Menifield versus Craig. I like Menifield a lot. He is 9,000, but he has the second best inside the distance prop on the card. I think Paul Craig is very, very bad and the luckiest fighter I've ever seen in my life. Getting dominated each fight and winning last second or last round in each of those fights, the past couple fights. I do like Menifield to win. I like him to win in the first or second round by knockout. Craig's off on the feet, and if Menifield can just stop those takedowns, which Craig isn't the best at takedowns either. Craig has a very low takedown percentage. And then I think Menifield's going to knock him out. And then Dober versus Reyes. I'm fading Dober, 9,500. He doesn't score well at all. If I had to play anybody in this fight, it would be Reyes at 6,700 is a nice pump play. He does have power. He could get a knockout. There is knockout upside. And if Dober wants to stand with him and strike, then Reyes has a very good chance of winning this fight. But if Dober implements his wrestling, which I expect Dober should win fairly easy, but there is that chance that Dober wants to stand with him and brawl, and that won't end well for him, in my opinion. So Reyes is a nice pump play. Roberts versus Pichel. In a card where you're struggling to find value, this is my dog pick here. Pichel, he's 7,300. He's very, very tough. I don't think he's going to get finished by Roberts. So seems like a safe play to me. He does average 4.25 takedowns per fight, which is a lot. And if he does get those takedowns, that's going to be great for DraftKings scoring. He has 73% knockout percentage. The pace is okay with 3.12 strikes landed per minute. And Roberts isn't much better with 3.31. So it looks like Pichel has the better defense as well, just slightly. So I am leaning Pichel. Roberts didn't impress me in his last fight. Pichel could get that knockout. He's got some heavy hands, and Roberts is unproven in my opinion. So give me Pichel. Next we got Maia versus Rocco Martin. It seems like a lot of people are sleeping on Maia, and seems like the chalk for cash and GPPs is going to be Rocco Martin here, especially in cash probably. But I do like Maia to win. I don't know if he's going to score well on DraftKings, but I do like Maia to win. All he needs is one takedown that can change a whole fight, and Rocco Martin's been taken down, I think, about every one of his fights. So if he does get that one takedown, which I think he will, he's very strong. I think this fight can change. He can possibly get a submission. If he does, 8,600, that's amazing. I will be playing some Maia. Benavidez versus Formiga. Again, it seems like a lot of people are going to be on Formiga, but I like Benavidez. I think he's no slouch on the ground. I think people are banking on Formiga getting him to the ground, submitting him right away, but I don't think that's going to happen. Formiga has a 5% finish rate, which is absolutely disgusting. At least Benavidez has a 27% KO rate and then a 35% sub rate. So he could get the knockout the last time they fought. I know it was a long time ago, but Benavidez did knock out Formiga, so I do like Benavidez. I don't think he's going to knock him out, really. I think it's going to go to decision. So he could pay off his price tag, maybe get a couple reversals, something like that, maybe a takedown or two. But I will be playing Benavidez. And then Ngannou versus Dos Santos. I like Ngannou a lot here. I think he's going to finish Dos Santos. He has the best inside the distance prop on the card. He's 8,800. I'm glad. I thought he was going to be more than that. So when I saw that, I was all over it. But he doesn't score well unless he gets that knockout. He puts on an awful pace of 2.05. So we're really banking on to get a finish in the first or second round. This is the first card in a while where you don't really need the main event. If he gets this finish in the fourth or fifth round, or even wins a decision, he's probably not going to pay off the 8,800 price tag. I'm sure you can find better options, but I am expecting him to win in the first or second round. Uh, um, Probably not going to play many, if not any, Dos Santos. I think just so risky. I know a couple people are on him that I've watched, but I do like Ngannou a lot. He's just so powerful, and if one connects clean on Dos Santos, Dos Santos is going out. And then my targets page here, just all the guys I mentioned: Ngannou, Gordon, Dolce, Benavidez. Those are my core plays. I'm gonna have the most of them. And then Menafield, my number one GPP play by far. Uh, just about a core play if I had to add another one. And then Whitmire, Albini, Maya. I'm expecting all these to win in my GPPs. So I'm gonna have a lot of those. And then my live dogs. I really only like one dog this week, Vince Pichel, 7,300. But I added two more because these are indeed live dogs, Rocco Martin and then Rebus. So I'm gonna probably mix and match a little bit, but have a little bit more Pichel. Uh, but I'm not gonna totally fade Rocco Martin and Rebus because they do have a good chance to win. And then fades Dober and Ramos. I just like everybody else uh, in that price range more, and then I just don't think they're gonna pay off that price tag. Uh, and then my punts, Polo Reyes, and then Paul Craig, and then Jeremy Newsom. Uh, Polo Reyes, he has that knockout, the puncher stand chance. Paul Craig has that submission chance, and then Newsom has um, a slight chance to win. I'm just a punt play out because I don't think Ramos is going to finish him, so I just like him as a punt play there. But I'm not picking any of these guys in the punt range to win. I just like them to have a nice chance there. Um, but yeah, guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, you can follow me on Twitter, nut_DFS, and ask me there. Also, you can like this video. That'd be awesome. And then subscribe if you haven't yet. For all you guys on Patreon, I'll be posting my final bet tomorrow. And then my cash lineup will be posted tomorrow also. And then my lineup percentages will be posted probably Friday night or Saturday morning. So look out for that. If you're not on Patreon yet, get on that. The link's going to be in the description. Lots of good value on there. And I'm going to be posting the video further breaking down the fights on my channel, Thundernut DFS. I'll be putting the link in the comments. That's about it, guys. And let's have another good week. And let's let that cash lineup cash once more. All right, see you.